LS3 swap, looking at maybe almost 600 horsepower. We ain't put it on the dyno yet, YouTube. I'm satisfied, YouTube. This is the LS swap cooling system radiator right here. We had to replace the radiator for our LS swap cooling system in our 72 convertible Impala LS3 swap. And since then, YouTube, we've been getting a lot of questions about if I really need a LS swap radiator for our LS swap cooling system, or can I just use the old school radiator? The LS swap radiators, they can become pretty pricey versus the traditional radiator. After watching this video, you'll know if you need to waste almost $1,000 on an LS swap radiator. Today, YouTube, we're gonna talk about what the differences are and if you really need a LS swap radiator. You can put that money somewhere else in your LS swap bill. But before we do that, I want to ask you a question. How would you like to know how to do a LS swap in an old school car that run like this? Get our own wiring, and we show y'all how to do the wiring, YouTube, step by step. We did our fuel system. We show you how to do the fuel system as well. Step by step, YouTube. Everything you need to know. Now let's swap, baby. Got both donks in the garage now, man. Make sure you watch this video all the way through. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. That way you see all the videos when we post them. And I need for you to drop me a comment in the comment section and say I'm riding with Chevys R Us, Tone. Let Chevys R Us help you do your LS swap, YouTube. We a family, man. We gonna do this thing together. Y'all ready? YouTube. YouTube, this your boy, Tone coming back at y'all one more again, YouTube, with another great video on Chevys R Us, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We in the garage, and guess what? Ain't nothing nobody can do about it, YouTube. Let's get it. All right, YouTube. We back at it, man. What it do, man? We out here. I got the LS swap 72 convertible Impala right behind me that we're gonna be talking about today. I know y'all probably see this car right here. This car right here is our 75 convertible Caprice. It's sitting in the woods, 28 years, y'all. Unmolested. Yeah, baby. We got a roller, baby. We got a roller. Air in the tire, just a little bit. We got both donks in the garage now. Today, YouTube, we're actually going to be talking about our LS swap cooling system, what the differences are between a LS swap radiator and also the traditional style radiator. The LS swap radiators are pretty pricey. I've seen them anywhere from $700 to maybe $1,200 on the internet. And that's pretty expensive for a radiator. And a traditional radiator don't cost near that much. You know, $200-300. You can go purchase a traditional radiator. So today you can determine if you actually need a LS swap radiator or if you can just use the old school one and save you some money. I don't know if anybody want to spend that kind of money on a radiator. So if we can save you some money, that's what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So let's jump right into it, YouTube. I'm gonna get the car pulled out the garage and we gonna go from there. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, YouTube. Got the car pulled out the garage. You know, y'all see it right there. You know, we've been working on it. Little by little, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, first things first, YouTube. The first difference is these two ports here. On this LS swap radiator, we got a port here, and then we also got a port here. It's got this brass fitting on it right here that we actually have blocked off. Let me focus in on it. There you go. Y'all see that little brass fitting? It's a little brass fitting right there. That's actually a little block off. Those two ports that I just showed you, those additional ports that they have configured on the LS swap cooling system radiator or LS swap radiator, whatever you want to call it, those ports is where your steam vents hook up. And they make two ports because they make them with two different sizes. If you use one, you block the other one off. You use the other one, you block the other one off. And that's what they're there for, to plumb your steam lines directly into that radiator. Make sure that those steam lines are hooked up. They are very, very critical to the operation of your LS swap cooling system in preventing it from overheating and running hot and things of that nature. If you don't know how, if you don't know why they're important and you want to learn, hey, click on that link in the top right corner and take a look at the LS swap cooling system playlist, in which you will learn how to properly set up your steam vent system so that your LS swap engine will never run hot. All right? But back to what I was saying. They have those two ports. That's the first difference between a LS swap radiator and the traditional style radiator. It's those two ports right there. The next difference on a LS swap radiator and a LS swap cooling system is the fact that sometimes you have both connections. The big connections on your radiator, let me show you. Yeah, sometimes you have this connection and this big radiator hose on the bottom. You have both of these guys on the same side, where this connection here and the one at the bottom are both on this side of the radiator. That's what it is. Does it really matter what side radiator hose is on? No, it really don't matter. It's all in how you plumb it. Do you want to run the plumbing from that side to that side? It depends on your specific application. What's going to give you the cleanest look? How much money do you want to spend just to have the hose on the other side? That really don't matter. And on some of the LS swap radiators, they made just like the traditional ones, to where, you know, each big radiator hose, one is on one side and then the other one is on the other side. What's up, honey?
I need you to glorify the Lord. Amen.
Hey, y'all heard my beautiful wife.
Now come on, let's go to the grocery store right quick.
Huh?
Yeah.
The next thing, which is also the final thing that is the difference, let me show y'all real quick. And another thing is this guy's steel right here, man. It probably has an aluminum core. The interior part is probably aluminum, but the outside is steel. This is steel. This is made out of steel. That's not aluminum. Yep. This particular LS Swap radiator, the entire radiator is made out of aluminum. Yeah, this one don't have any steel on it. The whole thing is aluminum. And so let's talk about that. So what that means is aluminum actually dissipates heat quicker than steel. And what that means is that all aluminum radiator will actually get rid of heat quicker than that old school radiator that has the steel on it. Steel takes longer to dissipate heat versus aluminum. You're gonna pay more for aluminum, but the steel radiators are cheaper. You know what I'm saying? LS Swap, and you still have your old traditional style radiator, and you want to keep it and you want to use it. You know one hose is going to be over here, and you know the other big hose is going to be down there at the bottom. You got your transmission cooler lines, but you don't have these steam vent lines in your traditional style radiator. And so what you're going to do is this steam vent line right here that goes right here to this little port right here. They make what's called a little doggle. This is what one looks like right here. And what you do is you put that in place of this, and you can run, it'll have a little connector right there. And you run your steam port right into that connector that butts up into this hose right here. It's like a little T that goes in here inside the hose, and it'll have a connector, a little hole where you can screw one of these fittings in it, and it'll screw right into the top of that. Boom. So you can plumb your steam vent line right over in the top radiator hose. It's also multiple other ways that you can plumb your steam vent installation, but we'll talk about those in another video, y'all. I know y'all probably paying attention to these pretty red hoses. These red hoses are not regular hoses, and this clamp right here ain't no regular clamp. If you're interested in building an indestructible LS Swap cooling system or an LS engine cooling system that's indestructible, hey, click in that link in the top right corner, and I show you exactly how to create an indestructible LS Swap cooling system or LS engine cooling system that you'll probably never have to put another dime into. Won't never have to worry about your LS Swap running hot either. So y'all keep that in mind. If you like this video, and click that subscribe button. Also turn on your notification bell. That way you get all Chevys R Us videos when we post them. And look, also I need for y'all to drop me a comment and say I'm riding with Chevys R Us, Tone. You too, you too.